But we, and this is important for me to say, but we are purely divine people. Everybody has a calculated amount of masculinity in their body, and every single person has a calculated amount of feminine in their body. And we are all old souls, here incarnated on this planet Earth. And there is nothing more special than to think that out of 7 billion, we all have a soul just as unique as our own. But never let your own ego in that fool you, because that will be your personal downfall. And in the end, we are beings, and a lot of us have originated on this planet ever since the dawning of Atlantis. And some of us figure out that we have guardians early on in life, and some later in life. Some will figure out that what their role was in previous lives, and in previous generations, and in what culture, and what society. They all played a different role. Some people were farmers in Atlantis. Some were militants in Atlantis. Some were magicians in Atlantis. And we all figure out that Atlantis was ruled by the planet Saturn, which is the ruling planet of Capricorn. And there is a lot of zodiacal. And we are all spiritual children, spiritists. We are all glorious and divine, but we all have personal shadows that we have to shadow work. And every single person on this earth has to go through a personal process, whether it's getting connected to the earth, or working out their social issues, their family issues, or any other issues you can think of. Because humans, as indigenous beings, have to work out what is true to them. And when they figure out what is true to them, they will figure out their own natural way of being and natural self. We will figure out in time how precious life truly is. We will understand this. But back to what I was saying, we are our own plants. We create our own plants. We are going through an age where we are figuring out that we are surpassing an age of oppression. We will see eventually that we are going to eventually return to Atlantis, and soon we will begin to have councils, public councils, where we debate, like the old Nacals, the people that ruled the old Atlantis did with the dragons. But what has been talked about most lately is the idea that we can transcend all 12 of the zodiacs and become an omniscient being. It says, even the Bible, Psalms 86:2, or 82:6, it says, "You are gods as you are the Most High." And back in Atlantis, we were all in our Most High. We were the leaders of Atlantis were the spiritual leaders, the Nacals, that saw everything in existence. And we are entering that age again. Think about it. How much have we evolved in millions of years since the dawn of the ape? And then compare that within the last 50 years. And I went to a friend's house, and, a friend from my childhood, and me and him used to play Age of Mythology, where we used to have all the gods fight each other. Just went back to his house. How psychic are you? A book his mother recently gave me. I've had a shady past, and that was one of the significant times where I knew that no matter how much I messed up, that there would always be love in my heart and the hearts around me. Huh, Patches? Yeah, you love that. Yeah. But how psychic is everybody? How psychic are you? How many can you actually understand connections of mysticism, tarot? I mean, like, what do you truly understand? But in the ancient times, it was a femininely ruled society until the masculine energy has destroyed it. Mankind needs to go back and understand something. Masculinity equals strength, but feminine energy equals duality, understanding nature. We need to understand both masculine and feminine so we don't make the same mistakes twice. Where do you think we'll set up the next Atlantis when we enter in a new golden age? That's the question.